Hi there, welcome to Dave in the Shed. I'm Dave and this is my little corner of the world, also known as the Shed Mahal. Now if you're into DIY, 3D printing and model trains, you've come to the right place. Now fair warning, I do things a little bit differently. I have cerebral palsy, which means sometimes things get a little bit creative around here, but hey, it just makes it more fun. So if you like making, fixing, and maybe even breaking things along the way, stick around. Hit that subscribe button and let's build something awesome together.
Down in the shed where the magic begins, Dave's got his tools, let the fun commence. 3D printing dreams, watch them come alive. With every little gadget, man, he starts to thrive. Blueprints in hand, technology so keen, building up the future like a crafty machine. Model trains rolling on a whimsical track. In this shed of wonder, there's no time to slack. Oh, Dave in the shed where the vibes stay high. Creating with passion, he's reaching for the sky. DIY master in a vibrant samba flow. Hope you enjoyed the video, let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to go.
Well, welcome to this week's Aussie, about to say Aussie Dave Live on Sunday, but it's not Aussie Dave Live on Sunday. It's welcome to the shed on Friday update from Dave. How you going, folks? Making this video on Monday midday. It's a wonderful winter's day outside, absolutely glorious, and that's why I'm rushing around doing things today, taking advantage of the weather we're having. I've got some big jobs that I wanted to get some spray paint on outside today, so I've done that and I'm doing that, rushing around. Also going to make this video as well at the same time to take advantage of this lovely day we're having, because the weather is meant to deteriorate overnight and have a 3 or 4 days of really, really nasty winter weather again. Anyway, diesel heater. The new diesel pump has arrived. I've got it in. I can fire the machine up. First attempt I had the pump ran the wrong way, so it was not working properly, and by the time we got it primed and running, it is running. Unfortunately, it has a bit of an exhaust leak. Well, there is some smoke coming off it around the exhaust outlet, so I don't know if the exhaust is leaking. I've knocked it out of alignment. I've tightened all the clamps up, but that, or it could be just a bit of diesel that's leaking or has leaked when I was repairing and it's burning that off. So I've been cycling it on and off, but I'm not going to risk it. We don't really need it today. So I'm also going to use as much as the good weather today to do this video. I was planning to do it in sections over the week, but if the weather's nasty and the heater's not right, I'm not going to be in the shed. That's the story. But it is up and running. I have run it up, the turbine up to 200 degrees for about 7 minutes, shut it down. Yeah, there is a little bit too much smoke coming out from what I like, but it is running. Worst part about it is you can't put the cover back on with the fuel cap on. Not sure if I'm going to make the hole bigger, but I'd like to be able to put the cover on and off the outside of it and leave the fuel cap on. But anyway, it's working to a degree. It will heat in an emergency. End of this season, I might even change it and actually mount the unit outside in a little cubby outside, so if it does actually leak, it's only the hot coming through, the hot heat air, and actually mount the heating unit outside. I'm thinking about that, thinking about doing that. Anyway, that'll be do that in the summer, prepare for next winter. That's the story. Now, the big news this week, I said it was going to be something a little bit different. It's really not about updates, it's really not about the thing, it is about the layout itself. Let's walk back a bit so you can get a good view. The layout in the shed, sort of like its current form, is now about 5 years old. I will show you some footage after I've done my chin wagging of the layout when it first started. The background of the layout was that started in 2000. We decided to make it a shed layout, semi-permanent layout. Until then, it was a display layout. Well, it was designed to be a portable display layout. And I've got some old photos we'll put in and I'll edit in and you'll see it. And it was built in the shed in Queanbeyan for Canberra model displays. It was built to be a portable section layout Now, I was assisted by a guy called Arthur Perry, who is no longer with us, who passed away, lives to the right old age of 93. And Arthur, when he started helping me with the layout, was retired. He used to do day trips from Sydney. He got a gold rail pass because he worked for the railways for all his working life. And he used to get on the train and come up, and I'd pick him up at Canberra. We'd spend a couple of hours on the layout. He'd have lunch and he'd go back. And he did that about once a month. It was quite entertaining. So that's one of the background stories. Now, when the layout, and I'll show you the photos, first went in, it wasn't in this current orientation. The actual line sat, how do I explain this? Instead of going out, it does across the room, it stuck out the other way. You'll see in the photos. So the layout over here, it came out that way. And there was a bridge section and went into this part of the layout here. You'll see it in the photos. The bridge was designed as a filler, so this was on the trolley like it is now on this big trolley. The whole layout is on a big trolley. It can be moved if you really needed to. It's got wheels down the bottom and everything. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it. But the thing is a big mobile trolley. And we then had a bridge section. The bridge is still here. And the layout sat across the room out this way. It was a little bit inconvenient, but it worked. But it was never designed to be permanently like that. It was designed so, of course, it was on its trolley. It could be moved around. And then at some stage, I twisted it around this way to work on it. I thought, hey, that works. And this section here was installed. It's still got bits and pieces to make it removable. So it could come apart. So it's got hinges and links and bits and pieces and the leg. But it's semi-permanent together, and has been for a while. Now, over the years, there's been some big changes to the layout, as you'll see in the photo. One thing was the control system. When I started building this layout, I was using the Bachmann Easy DCC on the layout, and that carried over until it became permanent. And then I switched over to the Z21 system and installed the what was DigiKeys, who are no longer DigiKeys. They're defunct, but another company got their technology and their bits and pieces. So the stuff is still being, the stuff that was DigiKeys is still being produced by DigiKeys. So anyway, so this is the layout as it stands today. Now, sorry if I'm rabbiting on. As part of that, the layout actually came round the wall. There was a round the wall section, the section here, the shed section, and then there was the layout across there, and that's really all it was all it was designed to be. This was just designed to be a temporary storage area so trains could be sat and displayed. And it's grown because I then wanted a section which could be a fiddle yard and storage section. And we have our system over here that I'll go into full sometime if you want me to, which is a system that is like a traverser. So there's cassettes that slide up and down and move trains in and out. And then I decided one day I was bored and silly, and I thought, actually, I'm adding more, and I'm heading up the hill. And we came up to this section of the layout. Now, there's some stuff over here I don't want to show you yet, so we're just going to, it's covered up and go past. Then we got that section. Somebody has asked, why don't you go right round the shed, Dave? It's a question that has been asked. Well, we've got the heater in the system over there, but I don't want to give too much away. If that heater was outside, now there used to be a potbelly stove in here that was a disaster. If you go back through old videos, the potbelly stove was a disaster. It's now a garden ornament, and it was in this corner, and it was lined up to be suited, and and that's why this heater there. Now, if that heater is actually mounted up outside, in theory, we could go a bit further around the walls. A little bit further. We could probably sneak in under the entertainment system, and we could probably go to there now. And then maybe we could go right round. Maybe. I'm not suggesting that's going to happen, but maybe. You'll have to keep watching the videos to find out. Okay. So, where are we up to? Well, so this is the layout as it stands today. And hopefully well, will be. I will edit in the photos of what it was, and probably in the edit suite I'll then chat over some of the photos and bits and pieces. But as of end of June 2005, this is where we're at, opposed to June 2000, 5 years ago. A lot has changed. So I'll conclude this part of the video, and if I get everything running, you may not even see this video, or I might cut bits out of it. It may be the entire video with the other bits tacked on the back. Let's see what happens. Anyway, I'm going to leave you now because I want to get on with doing some of my painting while the weather's fine. But I'm not telling you what I'm painting because that's future video. But I've really got about 1 day before the weather deteriorates till Friday. Anyway, that's it for this part of the program. I will talk to you soon. All going well.
Dave's got a palace in his backyard glow, a model railway where dreams just flow. 5 years in, and the tracks still grow. Hang around and watch the show. Little engines run, puffing down the line. Mountains of foam, they look just fine. Tiny towns built with patience and time. His passion's a rhythm, a steady climb. Oh, shed my heart where the trains do glide. Years of work with pride inside. A lot's been done, but more to go. This is the heart of the show. He lays the track with a steady hand. Dreams of landscapes, the finest land. Miniature world, so carefully planned. In Shedma Hall, where life is grand. It's not just trains, it's a life's pursuit. Crafting a story in a tailor-made suit. Every detail speaks, every turn acute. This is more than a model, it's absolute. Oh, shed my heart where the trains do glide. Years of work with pride inside. A lot's been done, but more to go. This is the heart of the show. It's not just trains, it's a life's pursuit. Crafting a story in a tailor-made suit. Every detail speaks, every turn acute. This is more than a model, it's absolute. Five years gone in the blink of an eye. Dave in the shed watching time fly. Cobwebs grow where the tools don't go. Memories stack like a radio show. The hammer's rusted, the paint's gone dry. Saw's been silent, but it wonders why. In that old shed where his dreams took root, dusty boots sit by a weather suit. The hammer's rusted, the paint's gone dry. The saw's been silent, but it wonders why. In that old shed where his dreams took root, dusty boots sit by a weather suit. 5 years of waiting, 5 years of rust. In the shed where dreams collected dust. He laughs, he cries, he hums a tune. Dave in the shed under the pale white moon. and it's seen better days. Dave's reflection in a cracked glass haze. He talks to the shadows like they're old friends. The shed's his world where the silence bends. The calendar's faded, but the marks remain. Each X a scar from sunshine or rain. 5 years a prisoner, 5 years free. Dave in the shed lost in memory. He built a birdhouse, but the birds don't come. The wood still creaks to the beat of his drum. Nails in the wall hold a map of his past, a shrine to a time he thought would last. Waiting 5 years of rust in the shed where dreams collected dust. He laughs, he cries, he hums a tune. Dave in the shed under the pale white moon. Got gadgets and a glue gun, wooden wires, a madman's lair, building wonders with the craftsman's flair. Making, breaking, it's all the same. DIY is the name of the game. 3D prints and model trains. Shatner Hall is where chaos reigns. Sawdust flies like a cloud of gold. Stories and screws and parts so bold. He's got a hammer and a plan that's wild, turning scraps into something style. Making, breaking, it's all the same. DIY is the name of the game. 3D prints and model trains. Shatner Hall is where chaos reigns. Sawdust flies like a cloud of gold. And screws and parts so bold. He's got a hammer and a plan that's wild, turning scraps into something style. Making, breaking, it's all the same. DIY is the name of the game. 3D prints and model trains. Shatner Hall is where chaos reigns. Blueprints scatter on the cluttered floor. Each new project opens a door. From bolts to dreams, there's no derail. Welcome to Dave's chaotic tale. It's all the same. DIY is the name of the game. 3D prints and model trains. Shatner Hall is where chaos reigns.